the system that's set up right now has enough to get everybody vaccinated, or a significant portion of the world vaccinated here in the next year. They have the potential to produce the vaccines in order to do it, and it's like Biden is basically saying, let's screw the American pharmaceutical companies so these other companies don't have to license and pay the fees so they can make money without doing any of the research.
Right.
So we'll get to that coming up. Plus all of your calls and comments. We'll get to Jen Psaki, the spokesperson for the president, admitting that Biden, they don't want Biden to take questions.
Yeah, right. We knew that.
That's not really anything that's new at all. Plus, we say about the Democrat who was saying it is an absolute right. Well, two Democrats, you saw Sinema came, and said this is an absolute crisis at the border.
Right.
She's a Democrat, but actually Representative Cuellar saying that it's a shell game being played. They're taking pictures saying, see, there's nobody in this building here. Yeah, because they moved them to another building.
Right. For the picture.
Right. For the picture.
Yeah.
Just to take the picture. When you think about it, and we'll get to the Pew Research, when you survey saying that Biden has got the most positive press in 30 years, which would include Obama and Clinton in there. And when you think about that on every major issue, they're lying to the American public. It's really amazing.
Yep.
And everybody knows it.
Right.
The last one was Biden saying he's not a deficit guy.
I'm not a deficit spender.
I'm not a deficit spender. Well, I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing. I mean, that was 8 Pinocchios.
It was like he was, it was funny because he was rearing up. It was like he was going to challenge somebody to push-ups. Don't you dare call me a deficit spender.
He's Izzy Mandelbaum.
He is.
He is. It really is.
Every single day.
Mandelbaum. And I can see Biden actually saying that, though, chanting that. Yeah, Mandelbaum. This hour's news is brought to you by Travel Centers of America, home of world's best coffee, the freshest roast on the road.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
Right, be part of the conversation. Call the Shell Rotella.
All right, then.
866-907-3339. Shell Rotella, the engine oil that works as hard as you do.
You didn't become a trucker for the accolades. You did it because you love the open road. The long stretches of scenic highway are a reward in themselves. The beautiful mountain passes, boundless deserts, and cityscapes on the horizon that creep up and become bustling metropolises.
There you go.
And as the wheels keep on turning, you keep on earning. That's why we've designed Shell Rotella synthetic engine oils. They provide longer drain intervals compared to conventional engine oils to keep you on the road longer and protect your engine against wear, deposits, oil breakdown, and the tough temperatures you may encounter along the way. Shell Rotella synthetic engine oils keep your truck running smoothly wherever the journey takes you. So at your next oil change, ask for Shell Rotella synthetic engine oil and get back on the open road. Shell Rotella, the engine oil that works as hard as you.
When the forgotten poor are in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy ships, a floating hospital staffed by volunteers, heroes of mercy who donate their time to save lives.
Every human has the right to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the smile that when lives have been changed, that it would make it all worth it.
To learn more about heroes of mercy, go to mercyships.org.
If you're a trucking industry professional, then you need to stay on top of changing regulations, equipment upgrades, and technology advancements. Lead Owner Magazine gives you all of
It
this.
was kind of funny.
For fleet executives
It was,
and
it
managers,
was, but it
Fleet
wasn't that
Owner
funny.
gives you the business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance,
It
regulations,
was not
and information
that
technology
funny.
you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit fleetowner.com every day for the latest industry news. You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner magazine. Visit fleetowner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you can use.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is excited to offer our new diabetes prevention program, Driving Down Diabetes. This free CDC-approved year-long program includes live webinars focusing on nutrition,
There we go.
exercise,
There we go.
and more. This program is for those at risk, not
There we
already
go.
diagnosed with diabetes.
Okay.
Visit our website at truckersfund.com
I'm gonna get my hot
and
chocolate.
take the risk assessment.
Good morning, everybody.
Health and Wellness Tab.
Oh, where's my other thing?
Program is
Wait a
sponsored
minute.
by
Wait
Southern
just a
Residents.
minute.
Get registered
Where
today
is it
at
at?
truckersfund.org.
Got to be here somewhere.
Radio 1440 is WLWI AM Montgomery, a Cumulus station, also heard on 95.1 HD3.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Early this morning, Republican lawmakers in Texas gave initial approval to a bill that could give the state the toughest voting rules in the country. GOP Chair Alan West.
We need to have strong election laws at our states to make sure that we are restoring integrity back into our electoral process, because voter fraud is voter suppression.
No voter fraud was found in November's election. Many Texas-based businesses like REI oppose the changes. The company's Ben Steele.
We're concerned about is, are we standing up for the things that we believe in? I think more and more consumers are looking to brands and to businesses to make their values clear with their actions.
Florida Governor DeSantis signed similar legislation yesterday. A surprise announcement on Twitter from Atlanta's Keisha Lance Bottoms.
It is with deep emotions that I hold my head high and I choose not to seek another term as mayor.
She did not detail the reason for her decision, but she is expected to speak publicly today. Bottoms, second black woman to hold the job, was briefly considered as a running mate for President Biden. On the COVID front, the U.S. has just recorded its lowest daily case number in 7 months. California has the fewest of any state. That's music to the ears of Abel Ramirez, a restaurateur in Pasadena.
People come and say, thank God you are open. I say, no, thank God you are here.
Analysts expect this morning's jobs report to reflect a jump in the pandemic economy. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
A year ago, in April 2020, there were more than 23 million Americans out of work, and the unemployment rate was 14.8%. A year later, it is expected to drop below 6%.
Newly released surveillance video shows the attack on 2 elderly Asian women at a bus stop in San Francisco this week in brutal detail. One is stabbed in the back so hard the knife blade breaks off in her body. A public awareness campaign doesn't seem to be working. Correspondent Peter King.
A study of 15 major metropolitan areas shows some 6,600 incidents since the pandemic began, about a third of them this past March alone. And during the first quarter, a nearly 170% increase over last year.
A study from Cal State San Bernardino. The pandemic chicken shortage is hitting hard.
From Atomic to lemon pepper, we make it our way.
Fast food restaurants are now limiting sales of hot wings, chicken sandwiches, and tenders, or running out altogether. Some owners say they're paying 25% more for poultry that's almost impossible to find. S&P futures are up 10. Dow futures ahead 97. This is CBS News.
Small Business Month is here, and Dell Technologies and Windows can help you upgrade your tech with up to 45% off high-performance PCs. Work anywhere with Windows 10 Pro. Call 877-ASK-DELL.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, or tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
A music break drops the mic on the road.
New Orleans legendary vocalist Aaron Neville says he's no longer going to do tours. The 80-year-old says multi-day tours are tiring and he'd like to spend his remaining years being less hurried. Neville says he doesn't see this as a permanent goodbye and will keep making more music and maybe show up at a special event or concert down the road. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
A prize fighter and a YouTube star nearly came to blows. Jake Paul went face-to-face with Floyd Mayweather at a promotional news conference in Miami for the boxer's exhibition bout with Logan Paul, Jake's brother. Paul swiped the undefeated champ's white baseball cap right off his head. He claims one of Mayweather's bodyguards later punched him in the eye. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
And don't be swiping a man's thing off his head.
That person here from Budget Car and Truck Sales. Did you miss
You
me?
get a butt whooping.
I've been wondering, if you miss a payment on a Tesla, does it drive itself back?
Everybody plays a fool sometimes. No exceptions to the rule.
I'm paying up to $4,000 more for all trade-in. No matter who you bought it from, no matter how much you owe. I'm paying up to $4,000 more for all trade-in. Better yet, you can buy with just $1 down. $1 down. And if your credit doesn't shine, you're gonna be fine. My perfect payment plan works, and it helps you drive a car you love with a payment you can afford.
But when you do,
For your trade-in,
next time around, someone cries for you.
But hurry, these deals won't last long. Did you miss us? I'm Matt Worsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these rides at our new website, buybudgetonline.com. That's buybudgetonline.com.
Falling in love is such an easy thing to do. There's no guarantee that the one you love is gonna love you.
Who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
Everybody plays
type 2 diabetes for a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protected.
no exceptions to the rule.
To find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-8811. That's 1-800-885-8811. Or go to selectquote.com. That's 1-800-885-8811.
Select Quote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states. It's a podcast about money, but Stacking Benjamins not only has great financial insight, it's laid back with humor.
It is chilly outside today. I don't know what temperature it is.
There's just nothing for sale in our neighborhood.
It's a little chilly though. You need a jacket.
This dump for twice.
Unless you're really tough,
Suckers.
then you don't need a jacket.
The whole market is locked. Interest rates have nowhere to go, but you know you got to refinance. I get in line now because who knows how long it's going to take.
Listen and subscribe to Stacking Benjamins on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your shows.
They are the two sexiest fat men alive. Really fun. And you can hear Rick and Bubba on News Radio 1440 beginning at 9 a.m. Depend on it.
Depend on it.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
It's a cool, crisp Friday morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s under clear skies. Low humidity, all sunshine again today. A breeze out of the north and northwest, 10 to 15. So slightly breezy, but temperatures around 75 with all sun. That will feel really nice. Tonight, cool again, clear skies. Temperatures in the upper 40s for Saturday. Sunshine, but we'll have some clouds, but still more sun than anything else. Highs in the low 80s.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Friday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. As far as accidents go, reasons for an alternate route, we're clear. Interstate system's moving smoothly. No reasons for an alternate route. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Shopping is incredible at Premier Place. Shop Bath & Body Works, Cuts by Us, Hourglass Optical, Shoe Station Superstore, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, front and back. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Knows. Located on Atlanta Highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's Knows.
Good morning, I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. The cleanup continues in Prattville after Tuesday's tornado, and it's a long road ahead for some. The biggest task ahead, clearing the trees that fell during that storm. One property owner estimates he lost more than 300 trees. Remember, you can stay weather aware by downloading the free WSFA First Alert weather app. Alumni and faculty of Judson College are upset after they found out on social media that the school is closing. The Board of Trustees voted to close the school after the summer semester because of lack of money and low enrollment. And the government is closely monitoring a situation in space. Debris from a Chinese rocket launched last week and is expected to fall back to Earth. The problem is, no one's quite sure where it's going to land. The U.S. Space Command says it is aware of and tracking the location of the rocket in space. Agency said re-entry is expected this Saturday. That's your news for this Friday morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
It's time to get outdoors and get together for those fun gatherings and family reunions. Be sure to take care of all your guests with portable toilets from Alabama Dumpster Service. They're delivered where and when you need and picked up by our own fleet of trucks. Our competitive pricing means dependable, affordable, clean portable toilets. Call us today at 334-288-1500 for availability and schedules, or learn more at alabamadumpster.com.
It's a different year. You need to reach your potential customers, and your customers need to be able to find you. Let Cumulus Media help. We've built a unique opportunity for you to connect your business with River Region homeowners that are looking for your products and services. Radio, digital, and lead generation for your business, helping you reach hundreds of thousands of people in this area. You need to talk to Cumulus Media. Call Don Polno at 334-240-2257. That's 334-240-2257.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-8811. That's 1-800-885-8811. Or go to selectquote.com. That's 1-800-885-8811.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
He is the voice of the conservative millennials.
The president is going to have to stand fast.
The Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Today at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is Friday morning. Thank God it's Friday. But don't forget to thank Him for the other days, too. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. Once again, good morning to you. It is time for our Daily Bread. And, of course, our Daily Bread is brought to you by none other than the one and only best mortgage company in Alabama. That's right. Alabama Home Mortgage. 567-4223 is the number. Now, at the word from our sponsor, we are going to, we're going to go to our daily bread. And today's daily bread is simply entitled The Right Words. Oh, how we all like to have some of those sometimes. Anyway, we'll return right after this with our daily bread, The Right Words. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Hey there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. Unless you've been living under a rock, then you know that mortgage rates are low. But did you know that mortgage rates have fallen to their lowest level since 1971? That's 50 years ago. So there's no wonder why you are getting bombarded with mortgage offers. Churchill said it best: a good speech should be like a woman's skirt, long enough to cover the subject and short enough to create interest. That's exactly what other mortgage companies do. They advertise a rate, a teaser, if you will. The advertised rate piques your interest, so you give them a call. You ask questions, only to find the advertised rate is not available to you, or there's a hefty cost for you to get that rate. Unfortunately, this is very common in the mortgage industry. When calling on Alabama Home Mortgage, you don't have to hope you're getting the best rate. You will know you're getting the best rate at the lowest cost to you. Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS 158636-8, Equal Housing Lender.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to a problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Good morning, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine once again, if you can, for it's another day that the Lord has made. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins. It is time for our daily bread. Our daily bread today is called The Right Words. And good morning to you. Today is May the 7th, 2021 AD. It is a special day like all of the other days because this day was not promised and it's never coming back once it's gone. Once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to do the things you should have done, and you don't get to undo the things that you did. So whatever it is you do this day, if tomorrow should be, hopefully you'll be proud of what you've done this day, May the 7th, 2021 AD. And again, once again, you have been blessed to see this day. So what are you going to do with it? No doubt you've seen many, many yesterdays. And if we're blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, like I say every morning, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should not be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, hopefully, you'll reach back and help somebody else along the way.
Sure, seasons are made for change.
Benjamin Elijah Mays once said that whatever you do in life, you should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born should be able to do it any better. I say if that is the standard by which you live your life, you shall always be successful. Oh, you may fail at a thing or two, but you are never a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never, ever, ever quit. You never give up, because quitters don't win, and winners, oh, they may fail at a thing or two, but they never quit. They never give up. They meet the mountain, and if they can't go around it, they can't go under it, and they can't go over it, then they go through it. But they never quit. They never, ever quit. Never give up. Again, because quitters don't win, And winners, they never quit. My mother used to say, all you have to do is put one foot in front of the other, and nothing beats a failure but a try. So don't ever give up. No matter how arduous the trip is, don't you ever quit, because quitters don't win. And winners, not that they don't fail at a time or two, but they never give up. And no matter what happens on this day, May the 7th, 2021 AD, it is still, as the days of old, it is still a great day to be alive. Remember that. The right words. That's our daily bread for today, May the 7th, 2021 AD. Good morning to you, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine, if you can.
Thanks for joining us for this Friday's edition of Our Daily Bread. Today's reading is titled The Right Words, and it was written by Monica LaRose. In the past year or so, a number of authors have urged believers to take a fresh look at the vocabulary of our faith. One writer, for example, emphasized that even theologically rich words of faith can lose their impact when, through overfamiliarity and overuse, we lose touch with the depths of the gospel and our need for God. When that happens, he suggested, we may need to relearn the language of faith from scratch, letting go of our assumptions until we can see the good news for the first time. The invitation to learn to speak God from scratch reminds me of Paul, who devoted his life to becoming all things to all people for the sake of the gospel. He never assumed he knew best how to communicate what Jesus had done. Instead, he relied on constant prayer and pleaded for fellow believers to pray for him as well, to help him find the right words to share the good news. The apostle also knew the need for each believer in Christ to remain humble and receptive each day to their need for deeper roots in his love. It's only as we deepen our roots in God's love, each day becoming more aware of our dependence on his grace, that we can begin to find the right words to share the incredible news of what he's done for us. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 20. Finally, be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything, to stand. Stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions, with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the Lord's people. Pray also for me, that whenever I speak, words may be given to me, so that I will fearlessly make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains. pray that I may declare it fearlessly as I should. Let's pray. Father, forgive us for far too often taking your grace and goodness for granted. Help us to grasp in new ways the depths of your grace and love and just what that means for us. Help us find the right words to share what you've done with others so that they would also experience the freedom and joy we have in you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Well, it's Friday morning, and so you ought to be motivated. You should greet this day with more enthusiasm than you've greeted any other day in your life, because this day wasn't promised. So it's time to get up, rise and shine. Time to go to work. If you don't got a job, you need one, go look for one. As a matter of fact, there's nobody that ought not have a job right now. They are begging people to come to work. Maybe they might put a little extra on there, if you show up today and put in that application. Okay? And don't be all tattooed up. Nobody's going to hire you, all them tattoos all on your face. I don't know, though. They may. And they need workers. They might do it. And now we pay homage to our armed forces of these United States. Also to Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Department, and to my good friends at Montgomery Sanitation Department. Good morning, guys. Don't forget Christmas if I'm still here. I'm going to leave you a little something on top of the can one morning. Yeah. Okay. I just want nobody to steal it. So, but we got a long way for that to happen. So I'm just telling you, be on the lookout around Christmas. If I'm not here, then that kind of like blows that one. All right, let's do it. And don't forget now, Jim Ziegler is going to join us around 7:30 this morning. We're going to talk about some things we need to talk about. And good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. It's time to rise and shine. But somebody better bring back the C-141, or else I'm going to be a little bit upset. I can still see myself waiting for the light to go green. Red, yellow, green. What they say? Go, go, go. Oh, yeah, I was on it. Okay. I was scared too, but I still had to go. Good morning, jarheads. It's time to rise and shine. Semper Fi, or Semper Fidelis, depending on, where you're from. I'm still trying to figure out why the Navy puts its name on the back of its pants. Now, the Marines told me a story. I'm just not sure that that's quite the truth. morning. Good morning. Good morning. First of all, let me without we in this business. There's not a lot of us local folks who actually are talk show hosts, and but for us who are, it is it's a limited. It is a limited group of people, and one member of that group is on the men right now, Mr. Dan Morris, who used to work with Ronald Reagan and all those guys. I just want to say good morning to him and my good friend Jack Campbell. They are on the men, and Dan is going through a couple of medical procedures, so I hope he gets well soon. There's no competition when it comes to caring about your fellow man. So we just want to make sure that we send out our not condolences, but our wishes, get well wishes to him and Jack Campbell. As a matter of fact, hey, listen, there's no competition here. Okay, I'm the man. So make it no doubt about it. I'm the man. Okay, I just want to let you know that I'm the man. So I don't have any competition. I mean, they're better at certain things than I am. That's true, but that's okay. I can live with that. Nobody can be great at everything. Okay. Anyway, I want to say so if you see those guys, give them a big hug and keep an eye on them and make sure that they are on the men the correct way, and we'll be all right. Who's on the phone? I got things to do this time of morning. Who is this? And I don't know if I want to talk to you or not this morning. Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna be kind. I'm gonna be kind because the word says be kind. But you kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. No, you kind of a pain in the butt sometimes, but that's okay. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. If you're not the one, then who is the one? Okay. Okay.
Bread and the wood, the wood will make you nervous. Gets on your nerves. All day is bread, it gets on off.
God don't get on my nerve. No, God doesn't get on my nerve. If I wasn't for God, I wouldn't have no nerve. See, you remind me of the regular Democrat who if we disagree with you, then we must be racist, or we must be Uncle Sugar or Uncle Tom because we disagree, and disagree. Wait a minute now. Disagreement is a part of a conversation. I don't have to agree with Ed on everything Ed says. Mm-hmm.
The picture. And so I told my something else.
Ed, I start my show off every morning with attribution to the good Lord. Where are you? What are you talking about? I'm the only, wait a minute. I'm the only person that's not on a gospel station that don't mind doing that. Now, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. Mm. I hear you. I hear you. But now sometimes Ed, your heart seems like it's someplace else too. Mm. Okay. Yeah.
But God gets on everybody's nerves, Kevin. Believe me.
Well, I don't know who nerve. Well, no, don't get on my nerve. Not at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, if we didn't have God to believe in, I don't know what we would be, where we would be as human beings. We wouldn't be any place. But that doesn't mean we as human beings have to agree because we got the Baptists, the Lutheran, the Episcopalians, so evidently wait a minute, and the Catholics. So evidently we all don't agree. Well, I believe he is a fool if that's what he thinks. Yeah.
I think the data bread, some people just don't like it.
Well, Ed, if I didn't like it, Ed, I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't. Nobody makes me play it. Okay, nobody said, well, you can't go on the radio unless you play it. No, well, you can have all the wait a minute, Ed, nobody makes me play it. Nobody. Okay, Ed. Well, Ed, listen, I wait a minute. What can I add to God's word? Wait a minute, Ed, what can I add to God's word? That's right. And I do this every morning because I believe that we need to hear this every morning. I think we need to get our focus right. Okay. And I lift them up every morning. Now, just because it's not done, Ed, just because it's not done the way you think you do it, then, okay. Ed, I got to run, brother. But listen, it's always good talking to you. Now, let's take a break. We'll come back, and I do have a presentation this morning. Hopefully, we'll have time to get it. Hopefully, we will. So, let you guys go no place. I got a little Tim Tebow for you this morning. It really is a good piece, too, as a matter of fact. We'll be back. I'll tell you all about it.
Forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International for kids in poverty around the world. Things are still desperate. Join Compassion International with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
It's a cool, crisp Friday morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s under clear skies. Low humidity, all sunshine again today. A breeze out of the north and northwest, 10 to 15. So slightly breezy, but temperatures around 75 with all sun. That will feel really nice. Tonight, cool again, clear skies. Temperatures in the upper 40s for Saturday. Sunshine, we'll have some clouds, but still more sun than anything else. Highs in the low 80s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. The good news continues. Your Friday holds no major problems or accidents. Nothing being reported to send you on an alternate route. Interstate system still moving smoothly. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. 567-9000. That's the number to call MCS to refinance your home mortgage, get cash out, or to get pre-approved to buy. MCS in Wetumpka, NMLS 232876. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Knows. Located on Atlanta Highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's Knows.
Looking to make your bathroom or kitchen dreams come true in 2021? Genesis Renovations is your guaranteed source for quality, affordability, and customer satisfaction. Genesis will deliver your bathroom or kitchen renovation project on time and on budget. Guaranteed. Call Genesis Renovations today for your zero obligation free estimate. 334-462-6413. Visit them at gen-corp.org and on Facebook to see some of their featured work, serving the River Region and Lake Martin. Genesis Renovations.
So you're looking for a car, you want a great price, for the best buy around, take my advice. Why would you buy new? You can buy budget. Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, factory and extended warranties. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Buy budget. It feels brand new. Save thousands too. Buy budget. Selection is tops. Buy budget. It's just one stop. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Why breathe through the nose for something brand new? Budget car sales, the choice for you. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget?
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-8811. That's 1-800-885-8811. Or go to selectquote.com. That's 1-800-885-8811.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. Even with heart failure, my mother remained strong.
Because without strength, you lose hope. Together, we will rise above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
He is the voice of the conservative millennials.
The president is going to have to stand fast.
The Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And we are back. Good morning, everybody. Some years ago, there was a photographer who actually won the Pulitzer Prize for a picture that he had taken. He had taken a picture in Africa of a child that was so weak, so decimated, so hungry, until a buzzard was standing nearby as the child lay on the ground trying to move forward. And most of us, I would imagine, have seen that picture. He won a great award for that picture. But Tim Tebow is going to tell you the rest of the story on that award-winning photograph. And it's about us. And I think you'll see you, me, and other people in his story that maybe when we stand by and see things happen, maybe we should reach out a hand and help those in need. Taking pictures are great. That's your job. But I think you'll be interested. This is a story about living a life. We all would like to have a life of success. Nothing wrong with success. We love it. But more importantly than that, it's about living a life of significance. And there's a difference between living a life of success and one of significance. Success helps you. Significance helps others. Enjoy this, Mr. Tim Tebow, and we shall return.
We would get in the bus at our hotel and we would drive right by the stadium and we would stop at what's called the Gator Walk. And every game I played there was probably 20 to 40,000 fans at this Gator Walk ready to greet us as we get off the bus. I would see all these people. I gotta tell you, there were a lot of voices that started to hit me. One of the first voices that instantly hit me was pride and arrogance, because I would look out and I would see thousands of jerseys with my number on it. I would look out and I would see Bible verses that they were wearing because I wore them. And so for a second you thought, dang, I'm something. They're here for me. This is pretty cool. I must be somebody. There's a picture that I stumbled across, and it's one of Time's 100 most influential images of all time. And it's a picture of this young girl. She's on her way from her village to a feeding center not far away. And she's so malnourished and she's moving so slow that this vulture is waiting to attack. So the young man that took this picture, I think there was probably something in his heart that he wanted to do good. He wasn't sure. So he captured this picture and he just waited, and then the vulture got closer. So he kind of shooed the vulture off, and then he walked away, and the vulture would come right back. And he was told, because of some of the sicknesses in the areas, don't touch anybody, don't do anything. And so he didn't. He didn't. He did nothing. Because apparently the cost was too much. So he left. He went back. The New York Times published this photo in 1993. In 94, he won the Pulitzer Prize for this photo. 4 months after this, he chose to end his life. You see, every single one of us, we have a chance to be successful in life. And you know what? I hope you are. I really do. I hope you're successful. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But success is just about you. But significance is about other people. You see, that man that took that picture, he had success. That's one of the greatest honors a photographer could ever have. But obviously it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So what's going to be enough for you? You see, success is great. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's not going to be fulfilling. And you can never forget that sense of urgency, that it's not about your timeline, it's about their timeline. While you might have 30, 40, 50 years, they have days, minutes, moments. She had moments, but it wasn't worth it to go pick her up. It wasn't worth it to give her a hug. It wasn't worth it to tell her about the gospel. Yeah, I won a Pulitzer Prize, but what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't. And I think the greatest tragedy in life is we're going to look back one day and say, I was successful in things that don't matter. I want you to be successful. But more than anything, I want you to be significant. And when you live for Jesus and you love people, I believe you're going to have a life of significance.
A life of significance. Something to think about. It is something to think about. A life of significance. I thought that. Now that one is probably the second most impressionable audio that I've played in a long time. The other one is about being kind. And wow, that is to think about that for a second. How many of us, and I didn't say you, how many of us see things and people going through things and really we don't take the time to see if we can help, see if there's something that we can do. We don't. So our challenge is is, and I did say our challenge is to be significant, is to somehow change the direction for other people, you know. So I challenge you, I challenge myself to be significant in other people's lives. Do something. Starting today. Forget about yesterday. You can't go back and do that anyway. But be significant. Tim Tebow was absolutely right in that thing. You know, what does it matter if you're successful if your life is insignificant? So from this day forward, maybe if you had an opportunity to hear this, maybe, maybe I'll do my best to be kind and significant. And whenever you have the opportunity to be either, then do it. Because regret, I think she said, what did Deshaun Barber say? Regret is the I can't pronounce it. I can't say it right now. But you don't want to spend your life regretting because you didn't do the things you should have done. Okay. So anyway, good morning to you. Life lesson today is this one. You never stop learning because life never stops teaching. And the word of the day means a planned means of extracting or extricating oneself from a situation. We all need that. We all need this. Planned means of extricating oneself from a situation. It is called exit strategy. And we all need that every once in a while. Okay? So exit strategy. A planned means of extricating oneself from a situation. And one more time, the lessons of life today, you remember this all day long. You never stop learning because life never stops teaching. It is, just in case you didn't know, it is May the 7th, 2021 AD. And these are just some of the things that have happened on this day. It was May the 7th, 1945, that Germany signed an unconditional surrender at Allied headquarters in Reims, France, ending its role in World War II. It's on this day in 1763, Pontiac, chief of the Ottawa Indians, attempted to lead a sneak attack on British-held Fort Detroit, but was foiled because the British had been tipped off in advance. In 1789, America's first inaugural ball was held in New York in honor of President George Washington, who had taken the oath of office a week earlier. The year was 1915. A German U-boat torpedoed and sank the British liner RMS Lusitania, off the southern coast of Ireland, killing 1,198 people, including 128 Americans out of the nearly 2,000 people that was on board. In 1939, on this day, Germany and Italy announced a military and political alliance known as the Rome-Berlin Axis. And in 1945, the 1944 Puzzler Prize was awarded. Winners included John Hershey for his novel, A Bale for Adano, Mary Chase for her play, Harvey, Associated Press photographer Joe Rosenthal for his picture of the two, remember, we've all seen that flag being raised in Iwo Jima, okay, flag raising with the Marines, got it and putting it up. In 1954, the 55-day Battle of Dien Bien Phu in Vietnam ended with Vietnamese insurgents overturning the French forces. In 1963, on this day, the United States launched the Telstar 2 communication satellite, whatever that is, I don't have a clue, but I guess it's a satellite. In 1975, President Gerald Ford, formally declared the end to the Vietnam era in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. The Viet Cong celebrated its takeover. So I remember that day really good because that's the first time I was actually joining the army in 1975. It's a long story though. That enlistment didn't work out too good for me. So I had to go back and try it again 2 years later. I'll tell it to you. I'll tell you the story one of these days. 1984. On this day, $180 million out-of-court settlement was announced in the Agent Orange class action suit brought by Vietnam veterans who said they'd been injured by exposure to that defoliant. In 1992, the largest addition to America's space shuttle fleet, Endeavour, went on its first flight. Let me see what else happened. Oh, 1998, the parent company of Mercedes-Benz agreed to buy Chrysler Corporation for more than $37 billion. Londoners voted overwhelmingly to elect their own mayor for the first time in history. And in May 2000, Ken Livingstone was elected. Now, in 2004, Army Private First Class Lindy England, shown in photographs smiling and pointed at naked Iraqi prisoners, was charged by the military with assaulting the detainees and conspiring to mistreat them. England was later convicted of conspiracy, mistreating detainees, and committing an indecent act, and sentenced to 34 months. And 36 months, of course, she did serve half that time. 10 years ago, a federal grand jury in Paducah, Kentucky, convicted a former soldier, Stephen Dale Green, of raping and fatally shooting a 14-year-old girl after killing her parents and younger sister while he was serving in Iraq. Green was sentenced life without the possibility of parole. He hanged himself in prison in February 2014. Former Illinois Police Sergeant Drew Peterson was indicted on murder and the death of his third wife. Better watch out for him. Kathleen Saville, Peterson, that was his wife. Peterson was convicted of murdering her and was sentenced to 38 years in prison. Mickey Carroll, one of the last surviving Munchkins of the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, died in Crestwood, Missouri at the age of 89. And 5 years ago today, Russian President Vladimir Putin softened his tone in a confrontation with the West, declaring that he had pulled his troops away from the Ukrainian border. The nation's report card said America's high school seniors lack critical math and reading skills for an increasingly competitive global economy. The International Olympic Committee awarded the exclusive U.S. broadcast rights to NBC for an additional 6 games and a record $7.75 billion deal. And it was 1 year ago, the First Lady Melania Trump unveiled what she called the Be Best public awareness campaign to help children, focusing on childhood well-being, social media, and use of opioid abuse. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, abuse. Okay, now, moving right along. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, the Marine at the center of the Iran-Contra affair in the Reagan administration, was named president of the National Rifle Association. New York State Attorney General Eric Smitherman, or Shineman, whatever his name was, announced that he would be resigning his office after he was accused of physical violence by women with whom he had been involved. He had been a high-profile advocate for women's issues. Well, that's because he knew those issues. I mean, he was involved in it. So they should have kept him in that place because he knew what was going on. Well, that's just some of the things that happened on this day. Now, here's an interesting story for those folks who really care. The Texas Senate approved. Alabama approved. Let me forget the Texas thing. Let's stick here in Alabama for a moment. Evidently, we have passed the marijuana thing here, the medical marijuana thing. Now, I don't really want to take credit for this, but that morning that I put a passionate speech on the radio, I convinced the folks down there that this is a good idea. Now, I didn't realize how much. I got a call. Somebody listened to me, and I changed their mind. I just want to let you know the power of the media is tremendous. So I want to thank them for listening to me and for the word getting out, because I made so much sense. Okay, I made more sense than anybody on the committees about this thing. Okay, I'm just saying. I appreciate them taking my words at heart and reaching the right conclusion. Okay. Well, I tell you, I got the guy out of prison up there. They say that soldier out there. We just doing all kind of things around here. See you. We'll be back.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. The cleanup continues in Prattville after Tuesday's tornado, and it's a long road ahead for some. The biggest task ahead, clearing the trees that fell during that storm. One property owner estimates he lost more than 300 trees. Remember, you can stay weather aware by downloading the free WSFA First Alert weather app. Alumni and faculty of Judson College are upset after they found out on social media that the school is closing. The Board of Trustees voted to close the school after the summer semester because of lack of money and low enrollment. And the government is closely monitoring a situation in space. Debris from a Chinese rocket launched last week and is expected to fall back to Earth. The problem is, no one's quite sure where it's going to land. The U.S. Space Command says it is aware of and tracking the location of the rocket in space. Agency said re-entry is expected this Saturday. That's your news for this Friday morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, and 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus station.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Texas appears to be on the way to enacting the toughest voting laws in the country.
SB 7 has passed the third reading.
Early this morning, Republicans gave initial approval to a bill to rewrite state rules. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe.
Protesters rallied against the legislation as House lawmakers debated for hours.
Reforms are needed to ensure that fraud does not undermine the public confidence in the electoral process.
It's going to disproportionately impact people of color.
Republicans claim their plan will increase election security.
To make them safer and more secure.
But lead Republican sponsor Briscoe Cain struggled at times to answer questions about the bill.
What fraud is it designed to stop?
Okay, yeah. Well, we're trying to maybe stop what we call ballot harvesting.
At least 2 lawsuits have already been filed over a similar bill signed into law by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis yesterday. New COVID cases continue to decline. The U.S. has just recorded its lowest daily number in 7 months. UC San Francisco School of Medicine's Dr. Monica Gandhi.
Even though we're opening up and more mingling, our cases are still staying low. That's what vaccination immunity to a pathogen does.
The April jobs report is out in half an hour, and it's expected to show the economy is climbing out of its pandemic lows. Bank rates Mark Hamrick.
Employers are believed to have added or recovered about 1 million jobs in April, following the payroll's gain of more than 900,000 in March.
A middle schooler in Rigby, Idaho, could face attempted murder charges for shooting 2 other children and a custodian. Jefferson County Sheriff Steve Anderson.
A 6th grade female student retrieved a handgun from her backpack, fired multiple rounds inside of the school and out.
The victims were all hit in the limbs. They are expected to survive. The host of this year's Golden Globes, Tina Fey, was quick to criticize the group that hands out the movie and TV awards.
The Hollywood Foreign Press Association is made up of around 90 international no black journalists.
Correspondent Peter King says changes are on the way.
The organization's membership has voted to expand and end its notoriously strict membership requirements, making its membership diverse and including black journalists. Agents representing most major stars threatened to boycott unless the Foreign Press Association made those changes.
One of baseball's all-time greatest players may be forced to call it a career. The Angels have released 41-year-old Albert Pujols in the final year of a 10-year, $240 million contract. S&P futures are up 10, Dow futures ahead 106. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust. The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative, and their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
There's a new documentary about some favorite kids on the block.
Street Gang, How We Got to Sesame Street gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the beloved children's show.
Hi there, Bert. Oh, hi, honey.
The program was groundbreaking, showing a diverse cast of humans and puppets help spark social change.
What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter?
It hits video-on-demand platforms today. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
The Vatican's rounded up some star power to push the Pope's message on COVID. Aerosmith's Joe Perry, Cindy Crawford, and Dr. Anthony Fauci all take part in today's session of a 3-day virtual health conference. EU leaders are meeting in Portugal to discuss whether to waive patents for vaccine technology. President Biden already has, amid criticism wealthy countries are withholding life-saving shots from poorer ones. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
I love Urban Cookhouse. They have such a variety of healthy salads, sandwiches, and wraps made to order from the freshest fruits and veggies.
Urban Cookhouse is my favorite too, but you can keep your salad. I love their shrimp kebabs, lime marinated steak and chicken special. Their meats are cooked to perfection on green eggs right there in the kitchen.
It's safe to say we can agree to agree. Urban Cookhouse is the freshest, tastiest, bestest casual restaurant in the entire river region.
Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Located in East Chase across from Best Buy. Urban Cookhouse, simply the bestest.
Montgomery and Prattville. Matt Simply the best. Car and truck sales. Did you miss me?
No.
I've been wondering, if you miss a payment on a Tesla, does it drive itself back to the bank? So if you hate the car you're driving, is your current payment too much? Do you owe too much on your trade? Come see me and spring into savings. I'm paying up to $4,000 more for all trade-ins. No matter who you bought it from, no matter how much you owe, I'm paying up to $4,000 more for all trade-ins. Better yet, you could buy with just $1 down. $1 down. And if your credit doesn't shine, you're gonna be fine. My perfect payment plan works, and it helps you drive a car you love with a payment you can afford. $4,000 more for your trade-in, a car you love, and drive a car with just $1 down. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Did you miss us? I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these rides on our new website, buybudgetonline.com. That's buybudgetonline.com.
Montgomery's most trusted shop for auto, paint, body, and mechanical repair. It's got to be McGriff. McGriff Auto Service also does oil changes and other routine maintenance, including warranty inspections. And they're still offering pickup within a 10-mile radius on Bell Street in Montgomery. McGriff.
You've heard of one and done, but what about 100 and done? That's what Lexicon is for attorneys. $100 a month to be done with practice management headaches. Lexicon is a comprehensive software and services solution that helps transform law firms from top to bottom, giving lawyers the ability to focus more on law and less on practice management. We've spent more than a decade helping firms scale and grow while maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Let us do the same for you. Lexicon marks the spot. Visit lexiconservices.com to learn more or request a demo.
Hello, I'm a unicorn. Yes, one of those. Everyone's trying to find me, but most can't, unless they're ZipRecruiter. If you've hired before, you understand it's quite hard to find a unicorn. You know, someone who's perfect for your role. So how does ZipRecruiter do it so quickly? ZipRecruiter's technology matches your job up with the right people for your role and invites them to apply, so you get brilliant candidates fast.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
He is the voice of the conservative millennials.
The president is going to have to stand fast.
The Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And good morning, everybody. Now, coming up at 7:30, we are going to be joined on the phone with our state auditor, Mr. Jim Ziegler. I don't know why it's been all these years. I never had an opportunity to hold a conversation with him until the other day. But he is taking it upon himself to save us from this mess called prison reform and the systematic raping of the state of Alabama with the money that is going to be paid out for that thing. But he'll tell you all about that when he get it, and that's going to be around 7:30. But until that time, if there's something else on your mind, medical marijuana bill headed to the governor's Ivory's desk. I'm pretty sure she's going to sign it. They're still trying to work out the issues on the lottery casino bill, whatever you want to call it. But I just want to thank myself for making a difference in the marijuana bill. Because as I was going down the street the other day, enjoying myself, me and little Luther Vandross there, having a good time, no road rage, no nothing, just listen to little Luther, little Barry Manilow, little Manhattans, Shy Lights, while you're driving down the road, and it keeps you calm. And little Mighty Clouds of Joy throw in there too. I'm just going to say, I stood on the banks of Jordan, and near my God to thee. You listen to that kind of music, and you don't really have road rage. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you calm. That's all I'm saying. I know. Let me digress. So Tuesday morning, I came on the air, and we talked about the medical marijuana thing. And I was impassioned about it. I gave one hell of a speech. As a matter of fact, the folks down at the House of Representatives should invite me down there and give a speech to the combined houses of the legislature. Okay, they should have, because it was a hell of a speech. So I got a call from a legislator who happened to be listening to the one and only Kevin Elkins that morning. And to my surprise, I changed his mind. And of course, this was an influential member of the legislature. I changed his mind because I did pray tell folks how the only people that would be against this are those people who have never had anybody die of cancer or go through traumatic depression or things of that nature. And by the time it happens to you, it'll be too late because you, of course, have turned down the bill. Okay? But I said some other things, so I got to replay that speech on my podcast. I do have a podcast. I just don't ever put anything on it most of the time. I put guests there, but not, you don't need a podcast to hear me. So anyway, having delivered that monumental speech, what happened? Yesterday, they decided to pass it. So for all you folks out there, if you want to send me donations to GoFundMe or something like that for helping you out, I'll put up one of those GoFundMe things, and we'll put it in our Helping Hand fund for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put that in there. Which reminds me, don't forget Helping Hand. Now, I know it's kind of early still, but you can. It ain't never too early to give to that fund, because hopefully by Christmas time, I have decided one thing though. I think rather than try to give people $1,000, we're going to try to give them $500. Because you can give one family $1,000, or you can give two people $500. Two families. And I think the $500 bill. Yeah, we're not going to do the $1,000 anymore. So whoever got the $1,000 last year, congratulations. Well, I mean, I know who got them, but still, we can help. We can help more people, by giving a little less, but still giving more than they had. Okay, so we're gonna do that. But anyway, so you can always give any time of the year to Helping Hand this down at Service First Bank. And the money stays in there till the next year. I don't go out and spend all the money on something like the government does. We left it in the bank. All right. Anyway, 860-1440 is our number here if you want to give us a call. Now that you see the power of me, getting things changed. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, let me write this down. I got something for you. Okay, I'll save it to 8 o'clock after Jim Ziegler leaves. Okay, but you need to stay tuned for 8 o'clock. You need to stay tuned around the 8 o'clock thing. I got some. Hey, good morning. Yes. Fine.
We have always told you you can be very influenced with on the show. But you tell us, well, I got things you don't want to talk about. The mic is a powerful thing. And I'm glad that you was able to influence the people. Maybe that might have been the morning that we was off the air. I couldn't hear you, so that gave you time to talk. And the people listening to you, I'm glad you got that done. Another thing, I understood it very well what Tim Tebow was talking about, but I really about the guy about the buzzer and the little girl.
Yeah. Mm.
I understand that a lot of stuff going on in the state of Alabama. You have a lot of people like to join. They see things going. They rather criticize, like they told a journalist, don't you touch her, don't you do nothing. You just watch her die and the buzzard eat her up. So mainly that's what a lot of the people here, I can only speak for Montgomery, Alabama. I can only speak for the people that come on your show in the morning time. Hello, somebody, from Montgomery County. That was a heavy thing. You understand? You probably don't even understand, see, because you're not saying anything.
Mm. Mm. You know, I don't know. I think I think the public ought to have access to it, to these things, because they do work for the public. Oh, that's true. I mean, the politician, they don't tell us anything, right? Yeah. I mean, you know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the people would say, well, what's going on down there in Alabama? Or the people in Montgomery would say, what's going on? I didn't know that was going on.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I got you. Re- re- recent recently? Really? I know, but when did this happen? Okay, well, recently means, right. Mm. Mm. Well, let me ask you something. We got all of these all of these, again, lawyers and people around here. We got more lawyers, we got car dealerships, and we can't find a young lawyer who needs some publicity, who needs some work, and that's hungry enough to go after these things. At least yeah. Hmm. Mm. Oh well. Yeah. 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 Mm. Okay. Let me. I. Mm. Well, that means he got. I appreciate your call. That means we got to help him. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. What's my name? Yeah.
Haven't seen him since the Ten Commandments days. I shot a picture of it up on the Supreme Court. I've been meaning to get it to him. It's a good one. But anyway, I'd like to ask him a question, or have you asked him something on this? You know, the state auditor's office is a statewide office. They don't have any subpoena power. They have very little control over the matters of managing our money, even though, you know, that's what an auditor does. This is right now with this gambling bill, this is a perfect time to accelerate the authority of that office. As I was researching gambling over the last 5, 6 years, you know, I was reading Nevada, Mississippi. You know, the auditor plays a very big role in that. Those slot machines in Mississippi, for instance, I believe are only allowed to make 15 cents on the dollar. The rest has to go back either to the consumers or whatever. They have to pay out. And so thus, you know, not only do we need a regulatory board or some regulations on that stuff, which we don't have, and I don't think there's anything in that bill that's going to really, they should have it before that we even vote on it. And they're not doing this. But that auditor to control those casinos and look at the, you know, everybody's always talking about let's grow government and create jobs. If we do get this, the state auditor's office would need tons of people just to manage and audit what goes on in those places. That includes the Indians, because the Indian reservation, you know, everybody thinks, well, they can do whatever they want to do. That's not true. The only thing they can do is what's legal in Alabama. And for ever since the Supreme Court ruled that those machines were illegal, they have been operating illegal. That's why, what's his name, Del Marsh and a few people wanted to give them a special compact. This is Donald Trump saying, why are you going to do that? You'll never grow. If you want to grow, no, this is a play to pay state. I think that's what they call it.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know if everything is corruption, but I gotta go to another call. Then I gotta go to a break, try and get him on. Good morning. You got about 2 minutes. Yes, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got the power, baby. Yeah, yeah. You know, that's a great question right there. I'm working on the guy down the hall right now. Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna work. Okay, I hope not. I hope. Yeah, I know, man. But I mean, listen. Yeah, 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 yeah. I hear you, bro. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, brother. All right. Yeah. Well, that was happened some years ago. But I'll tell you about I gotta run though. Waiting for Jim Ziegler at 7:30. So I gotta take this break, and we'll come back. Uno momento.
A first alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Cancel if you need to.
Whoa, oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No, no.
Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s under clear skies. Low humidity, all sunshine again today. A breeze out of the north.
Oh, mercy me.
Breezy, but temperatures around 75 with all sun. That will feel really nice. Tonight, cool again, clear skies. Temperatures in the upper 40s for Saturday. Sunshine, but we'll have some clouds, but still more sun than anything else. Highs in the low 80s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident 85 northbound at Perry Hill Road involving an 18-wheeler. So it's causing backup quick, so please use caution. 85 northbound Perry Hill Road. We've got an accident involving an 18-wheeler. Outside of that, we're looking pretty good. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Accidents happen. Go where the insurance companies go. Chico's Auto Pros on the Atlanta Highway. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's knows. Located on Atlanta Highway, just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's knows.
Good morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. The cleanup continues in Prattville after Tuesday's tornado, and it's a long road ahead for some. The biggest task ahead, clearing the trees that fell during that storm. One property owner estimates he lost more than 300 trees. Remember, you can stay weather aware by downloading the free WSFA First Alert weather app. Alumni and faculty of Judson College are upset after they found out on social media that the school is closing. The Board of Trustees voted to close the school after the summer semester because of lack of money and low enrollment. And the government is closely monitoring a situation in space. Debris from a Chinese rocket launched last week and is expected to fall back to Earth. The problem is, no one's quite sure where it's going to land. The U.S. Space Command says it is aware of and tracking the location of the rocket in space. Agency said re-entry is expected this Saturday. That's your news for this Friday morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
If you are a sales professional looking for a new and exciting opportunity, listen up. Your next career in media sales is waiting for you. Cumulus Media has immediate openings in our sales department. Working account executives. You'll work closely with clients to meet their particular needs, from radio advertising to state-of-the-art digital campaigns. Sound like the perfect job for you? Call General Manager Don Polno today at 334-240-2257. Cumulus Media is an equal opportunity employer.
If there's a sudden disaster and you can't get to the grocery store, or they're all out of food, what would you do? You'll wish you had emergency
cook my
food
dog.
to get you through the crisis. And that's why we're here. We're MyPatriotSupply.com, America's leading source of emergency food. Our food lasts for up to 25 years, and millions of families trust us for their disaster survival. Won't you join us? Unlike other food companies, we don't skimp on calories. Our meals give you more than 2,000 calories per day. Why? Because that's what you need to survive any challenging crisis. And right now, you can save $50 on our popular 4-week emergency food kit. Just go to MyPatriotSupply.com and place your order. We ship fast, 2 to 3 days max, and your food arrives discreetly right to your door. So order today and save $50 at mypatriotsupply.com. That's mypatriotsupply.com.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to feel in control. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
The Rush Limbaugh Show.
And these people look absolutely pathetic.
After Rick and Bubba, it's the EIB Network at 11 a.m. And it's only on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Oh, all things ain't what they used to be now. Oil wasted on the oceans. Run out, this will make it.
Mercy me. Okay, all right then, we're back. All right, now I'm looking at the phone. It's not 7:30 yet. You know, he's probably one of those guys that are right their own time. You know, okay, now it's 7:30. So I took the call from the great auditor of the state of Alabama, who always finds his I like people with common sense. Just common sense. Okay, yeah, you don't have to be PhD and all that stuff, or the DPH, or whichever one to be, or the DHP, whatever call it. I have a PhD, and I don't really talk about it very much because it's no big deal. But I do have a PhD, and I just wanted people to know that. So the wisdom that I have, comes naturally, because it was tough getting that PhD. You know what I mean? And so I just don't like bragging about it, because I'm not the only person that ever did it. There are many, 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 many people got PhDs. Okay, I just had to be one of the many. Okay, I'm just saying. So if somebody wants to, and listen, and if you want proof, I have the proof. I have the proof. I'll post it online if you want me to do that. Not a problem. Okay, I just, I don't brag about it very much, because bragging don't get you no place. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. 7:31. I am anticipating a call from our auditor, unless he forgot. Now they have been known to forget these things. I guess. Hope not, but we'll see. And I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking here, and let's see what else is going on. The medical marijuana bill. Just until the Jim Ziegler gives us a call, if he may be stuck at some. Oh, there it is right there. See right there? I knew he was a man. Jim, good morning. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, good morning, Mr. Ziegler. Yes, how you doing, sir?
Well, fine, and happy Friday to all your tens of thousands of listeners. Morning.
That's right. I'm glad you recognize that. Hey, got a question. You are the auditor. One of the things that I was interested in about your particular position, somebody just before I get into what I actually called you about, somebody said that if they pass the gambling bill, does your office become intimately involved with the accountability of these places?
No, absolutely not. Matter of fact, the whole 6 years that I've been the state auditor, there have been no new responsibilities put on my office. The Goat Hill insiders don't want me involved in anything of any substance. Matter of fact, half my staff has gone from a very lean 11 to 6. Virtually half my staff. And so, no, if my state auditor's office would not be involved in this. Now, if they pass it, I would love to. I'd run it straight and clean and make sure the money goes where it's supposed to go, and that they wouldn't be giving out $500,000 contracts to brother-in-laws or politicians, things of this nature. These things happen, but no. Long answer to a short question, no, they will not involve me in auditing the gambling.
So who will audit it if the auditor don't do it? Okay. Okay, well that's a great answer. But the reason I called you the other day because you made mention of something on another show that I had to stop in the middle of the road almost and did not believe what I was hearing. And I said, no, wait, he has got to be mistaken. I mean, nobody engages in a contract such as this with nothing to gain for it but to lose. This whole prison thing got my attention. This is not a good deal for Alabama. Even Ray Charles could see that. Hell, he was blind. Tell me a little bit about that, and what is your opposition, and how did you become involved in it?
Prison lease plan put forward by the Department of Corrections, Governor Ivey, would have the state enter 3 gigantic contracts with 3 private groups. They would build 3 super prisons, one in Elmore County near Tallahassee, one in Bibb County in the Briarfield area, and one in Escambia County, Alabama near Atmore. Now, the state would then lease these prisons from those 3 contracting groups for 30 years. And we would pay rent starting at $96 million a year, going up to $108 million a year. And after 30 years, we, the state, the taxpayers, would own equity in those prisons of exactly
nothing. Mm-hmm.
vegetarian, what? This will be a 30-year mistake.
Well, if you know that, and I who don't engage in local politics and a policy making position, I know that. Why is it, do you believe that the people who are trying to pass this thing or have passed or whatever, why do you believe that they don't know that?
There used to be a saying, that's the $64,000 question. Well, it's a lot more than that. It's a $64 million a year plus question of why in the world with Governor Ivey and Prison Commissioner Jeff Dunn and Governor Ivey's top advisor Joe Bonner, why would they be pushing such an irresponsible program? There's no other way to describe this prison plan. I don't know. I wish you'd have her come on your show, or Joe Bonner, who makes many of the decisions in the governor's office, and have them come on and ask them that, because I cannot imagine why they would purposely waste $3.6 billion and enter into a 30-year mistake.
So let me clarify this for anybody who think they misheard you. The state of Alabama is going to invest over a 30-year period, $3.6 billion in a prison, and at the end of a lease prison, and at the end of that time, they own absolutely no equity in them. So I guess the prisons at that point would revert back to the private ownership. And then at that point, then where's Alabama going to put the prisoners, or will we have to involve ourselves in another contract for another 30 years?
You have got it. You just expressed what the governor's prison lease plan is. It's very problematic. It's in the 30 years, we have no equity in these three used prisons, 30-year-old prisons. So we're going to have to buy them again. We'll have to rent them again. We're going to have to move the 11,000 inmates somewhere. It's just, it's a bad business plan. Now, our lawsuit comes up 1 week from today. That's Friday, May the 14th at 9 a.m. in the Montgomery County Circuit Court. And we are before Judge Greg Griffin.
So I guess what is your favorable outcome in this, to scratch this and let's start all over again, modify it, at a minimum we own the prison once we get done paying $3.6 billion. What's your outcome that you'd like to see out of this?
First thing we've got to do is to block this plan that's going forward. Every day the Ivy administration moves forward on this plan, and if I'm not able to block it, it will not be blocked. We'll be saddled with the thing. The legislature has not taken this up, and there's one more legislative day left. Of course, that's not time to introduce the bill and get it through committee in each house and pass each house, and then sent to the governor's office to be signed, which doesn't sound very likely. So, no, the legislature is not taking the lead on this. So I decided that I would take the lead on this. This is a bad plan. The first thing is to block this plan, and then come back with another plan, such as build our own prisons at 1/3 of the cost. We would own the equity in it. It would not be a 30-year mistake, and address some of the actual problems in the prison system. Now, the Trump administration filed a lawsuit in December against the Alabama Department of Corrections, alleging that there are such problems, such as the safety of the staff and the inmates, and recidivism, a lack of rehab. It's not really a correctional institute. It's just warehousing these prisoners, and mental health, lack of mental health services, and lack of suicide prevention. And that was the Trump administration. Now, the Justice Department of the Trump administration had filed that suit. So let's actually address those problems rather than just throw $3.6 billion at some rented prisons. That doesn't solve the problem.
Okay, I just, what about the lieutenant governor? Has he spoken up about this, or is there a whole lot of people getting paid out of this they hope to get paid out of this, and be damned the circumstance, or be damned the consequences of this? It seems like this is a big money grab.
If the Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth has taken a position on this, but I do know this: his office does not have the authority to do anything about this. And if he hasn't taken a position, that's probably the reason, because he has not hesitated to speak up. Example, in 2019, the Ivy administration wanted to put a toll to cross over Mobile Bay on Interstate 10 from Mobile County to Baldwin County. It would have been a horrible plan. We were told it's a done deal. You can't do anything about it. Well, I didn't listen. And we put together a group of 55,000 citizens down there, and we blocked the thing. We turned a done deal into a dead deal. And at that time, Lieutenant Governor Ainsworth came out in support of us and was very helpful.
But even though he doesn't have any statutory power to do anything, he can do like you, because you really don't have any power to do anything either, except go to court and try to get some common sense placed in this decision-making process. He could do that. So let me get this right. $3.6 billion over a 30-year period investment into a prison lease, that at the end of that 30 years, the prisons still don't belong to the state of Alabama. And since we probably will have inmates in those prisons, they'll have to renew the lease.
Main underwriters, Barclays and KeyBank, they pulled out, leaving only one left, and they're shaky. So it may be that we block this thing financially by simply showing the potential investors what a risky deal this is. Bad deal, bad plan. And $600 million is a lot of money to put up. And I just think they're going to be very hesitant to invest in a terrible plan.
I mean, it certainly seems like money. Jim, I got to take a break, so hold on. We got about 3-minute break here, and I'll come right back to you. Jim Ziegler, the state auditor, talking about prison, the planned prison building with an investment of $306 billion over 30 years. And at the end of that time, Alabama doesn't own the prison. We'll be back.
Whenever you want me.
SFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
If you're in the market for auto insurance, give Alpha's new quote and bind tool a whirl. With on-screen discount alerts, you can see how much you'll save click by click. And if you bundle your home and life insurance with Alpha, save even more. Start saving with Alpha today. AlphaInsurance.com.
It's a cool, crisp Friday morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s under clear skies. Low humidity, all sunshine again today. A breeze out of the north and northwest, 10 to 15. So slightly breezy, but temperatures around 75 with all sun. That will feel really nice. Tonight, cool again, clear skies. Temperatures in the upper 40s for Saturday. Sunshine, but we'll have some clouds, but still more sun than anything else. Highs in the low 80s.
That's your First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. 85 northbound there at Perry Hill Road. Got an 18-wheeler involved in an accident. Records and authorities are on the scene. Right two lanes are blocked under the overpass. Far right lane can probably get into the exit. Far left lane is a clean shot through, but it's still slow through that area. Use caution and keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Reinhardt Toyota is receiving truckloads of Toyotas every day. Get the Toyota you've always wanted while you can. Reinhardt Toyota on the East Boulevard. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Knows. Located on Atlanta Highway, just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's Knows.
That big trip will be here before you know it, but without a working transmission, you aren't going anywhere. Head to the #1 transmission shop in Alabama, Allen Robbins Transmission. Allen Robbins staff can fix any problems you may have. They also service clutches, differentials, and transfer cases. These uncertain times have some concern, but Allen Robbins is prepared. They're still open and have taken all necessary precautions to keep customers and employees safe and healthy. Allen Robbins Transmission in Prattville. Call 365-3352.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're right down here on the beautiful Alabama River, cooking up fresh seafood. And be sure you get your mother down here this weekend, because it's Mother's Day, and we're going to be the pretty spot to be down here on the river, cooking up some good food. Have us cook up some crab cakes, some snow crab. Get over here on the grill. How about a grilled ribeye steak, some pepper jack, some fresh fish. Got all kind of good eating down here. Check it out, CapitalOysterBar.com. Get down here soon. Come hungry and bring Mom with you. And make sure Mom's hungry when you bring her.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
So you're looking for a car, you want a great price, for the best buy around, take my advice. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, factory and extended warranties. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Buy budget. It feels brand new. They buy budget. Save thousands too. Buy budget. My selection is tops. Buy budget. It's just one stop. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Why pay through the nose for something brand new? Budget car sales, the choice for you. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Why would you buy new when you can buy budget?
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security at a price you can afford. For your call
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
8811.
Whenever you call me.
8811. Or go to 8811.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Many of the locally owned and operated restaurants you love are staying open to serve you during this difficult time. To find a list of these restaurants, visit newsradio1440.com. Eat local and help our local businesses stay open.
Oh no, where did Jim go? Jim, where you at, man? Okay, well, maybe he'll call back. I'll get somebody on the phone since they're here right now. Good morning, who's this? Yes, ma'am. Oh, pretty good.
Commissioner scientists. I wish we had more commissioner scientists in the city. I'm so disgusted with these folks. I don't know what to do. Guess what they stated about this neighborhood? The city is not responsible. The state. You have to go to the state house. All these years, and they're withholding that information. I'm so disgusted with these folks. I don't know what to do. It doesn't make any sense what we allow to go on in the city. All these years, now they claim the city is not responsible. What is going on around here?
So what? Yeah, what are they not responsible for?
They're not responsible for these houses.
Well, the city owns some of the real estate over there. What it means, the county isn't responsible for it, but the city is.
They claim the county's not.
Right, the county's not, but the city is.
City not. Then we have to go down to the state house for them to pass a law or some old.
Well, no. Okay, here's what they mean. When it comes to demolition, the state puts the rules in place in order to demolish somebody's property. But the city, especially over in North Pass, where some of those houses are, where that lady said, the city's responsible for that. But then,
doing anything.
Well, I guess.
Don't give a D about certain folks in this city. They know it, and I hope they hear it. I mean, as long as I'm in this city paying all this money I pay around here, all this federal tax to get my money back, I'm going to speak up about it, because they're not worth a D as far as I'm concerned. They're not doing their job. They don't care about you. Only thing they want to look important on TV and all. No, they're not performing. Like I say, performing is the key, and I don't care who don't like what I'm saying, because I'm sick of it. Then, you know, every year, $2,000 and $3,000 a year I'm paying on federal tax and property tax and all, and can't get no results here in this city.
Well, now we got a new city council person, and I think maybe no, she can't do it by herself, but she can. Again, it's kind of like what the state auditor Ziegler's doing. He don't have a lot of power, but he can surely make a lot of noise to get the attention of others, and maybe collectively he'll get something done.
Go. I know I'm gonna stop out. There shouldn't have to be all that stress on no one. They know what's going on. Why would one person on city council have to try to enforce things? Why?
Well, somebody's got to. Somebody's got, yeah.
They're doing fine. They ain't doing what I like to say what I really want.
Well, don't say it. Don't say it. All right. Appreciate it. Came up with a scenario. With our city council being in the current situation that it is in right now, came up with a scenario. Montgomery has an opportunity here to address an issue that is almost 50 years old and hasn't been addressed, but they do have an ability to address something that it seems nobody has wanted to address. So we will I'll tell you about that when we come back. Don't forget, you can text me 294-1298, 294-1298. As you hear my little bell going off, that's every time you hear that bell go off, that's somebody who's texting me something. And I got to leave the bell on, because if not, I'll never look at the phone. And so, because some people give you some great information through the text. I don't know who they are. They don't know who I am. And so of course, I got to verify some of that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. Mother's Day is Sunday. And again, I have that fight. The Mother's Day is for your mother. It ain't for your wife. It ain't for your girlfriend. It's for your mother. Okay? This is one holiday that the wife and the girlfriend don't get jack. Unless now they call you mother, names like that, but they're not your mother. Mother's Day is for your mother. Oh, I gotta go.
Radio 1440.
Good morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. The cleanup continues in Prattville after Tuesday's tornado, and it's a long road ahead for some. The biggest task ahead, clearing the trees that fell during that storm. One property owner states he lost more than 300 trees. Remember, you can stay weather aware by downloading
Pretty good. What can I do for you?
First Alert weather app. Alumni and faculty of Judson College are upset after they found out on social media that the school is closing. The Board of Trustees voted to close the school after the summer semester because of lack of money and low enrollment. And the government is closely monitoring a situation in Spain.
Well, right. Who did this? Is this Rhonda? Okay, listen, yeah, but here's the deal. And if the mayor puts it back up in 14 days, y'all can't even if you say no, y'all can't.
After news for this Friday morning, I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 News.
Well, and exactly the word right.
This is CBS News on the Hour.
Right out here, and that's one way. That's one way of getting it done, I guess. But my thing is that if the mayor put it back up in 14 days, nobody can. If the voting goes the way it traditionally goes, with blacks and whites, down there.
Bank rates Mark Hamrick.
The April jobs report turns out to be a big disappointment.
Right.
On the number of funds and the focus on the lack of further.
Right, it would fail. But in 14 days, you put it back up, you can't override.
1 million jobs expected.
The Labor Department cites declines in temp services, couriers, and messengers, but hospitality and leisure continue to recover. The TSA says it screened 1.64 million airline passengers yesterday. That's the highest number since March of 2020. The U.S. has just recorded its lowest number of daily COVID.
No, but even right. But again, if you guys vote traditionally the way you have voted down there, it won't get it won't. Who cares if it gets put? That's a that is a formality. But all he has to do is put it back up, and since there will be no override. Yeah, we are.
They didn't find any fraud in the last election. Still, Texas Republicans could make history after giving an initial thumbs up to what would be the strictest voting laws in the country. CBS's Ed O'Keefe on today's vote.
One of the reasons this stretched into the early morning is that Democrats had threatened to propose hundreds of amendments and ended up cutting a deal with Republicans to water down some of the more controversial proposals. But make no mistake, Texas is now poised to be the largest state yet to enact changes to its election laws that critics say amount to voter suppression and aren't necessary.
Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is bowing out. She posted an announcement to Twitter last night. She won't run for a second term.
I love you, Natalie. Thank you for the honor of serving as your mayor.
She didn't give a reason, but she is expected to speak publicly later today. More high schoolers are vaping pot, though the danger remains. Here's CBS's Jennifer Kuiper.
If you vape cannabis at least 10 times a month, that is considered frequent. And a study by NYU's Grossman School of Medicine finds that much vaping more than doubled among 12th graders between 2018 and 2019. Frequent cannabis vaping was found to be even greater in those 18 or older, female students, and those who reported using other drugs within the past year.
Heads up, a used 23-ton piece of a Chinese rocket is expected to slam to Earth this weekend. The Chinese government assures most of the debris will burn up and is highly unlikely to cause harm. U.S. Space Command is tracking what the military calls an uncontrolled re-entry. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
I know about courage I learned from my adoptive mom.
She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Since Election Day, more than 5 million people have downloaded the Newsmax TV app on their smartphone. It's free, and you can watch Newsmax right away. Newsmax is on all major cable systems, smart TVs, Roku, YouTube, Sumo, and Pluto. So go to Newsmax.com for the latest news and get the Newsmax TV app to watch Sebastian Gorka, Dick Morris, Greg Kelly, Diamond and Silk, Michelle Malkin, and Mike Huckabee. Everyone is talking about Newsmax, so download the free app now.
Here's a new twist on an Italian food favorite.
Researchers at Carnegie Mellon University came up with new designs for pasta, which transforms, going from flat to fun in just a matter of minutes. Each new pasta design starts out flat, but when you boil it for 7 minutes, experts say it bounces and swells into different 3D shapes like boxes, saddles, and waves. The best part? It uses less packaging, has a smaller carbon footprint, and cooks faster than traditional dried pasta. Researchers say it could be useful for food deliveries to disaster sites or astronauts in the future, or it could put a little life in your linguine. Monica Ritz.
And I just got a move on
Check the brand on your smoke alarm and your carbon monoxide detector. Kidda is recalling 7 true models. The company says they don't do what they're supposed to. Alert you to flyers.
Everything before getting in the car.
Sold at Walmart, Home Depot, Menards, and on
I want a
Amazon
truck.
between May of 2019 and September last year. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
But soon as you get the okay then. Man, 45 grand, I need to get me a brand new truck. Then I can ride like I don't want no more cars. That's only because you want to be. See, that's only because you want to be in it. See, I have to drive old cars. I don't have to, but you can take with me, like, you know, say, for that. Well, you know, I got short patience. Yeah, I know.
Much easier than you think. You can have it delivered securely and privately to your home, or you can even put real gold and silver in your IRA or 401k. If you are at all concerned about the value of the dollar continuing to decrease or the risk of inflation, you should call the Oxford Gold Group right now at 833-600-GOLD. The Oxford Gold Group sells real gold and silver for the lowest prices. Call 833-600-GOLD. They'll answer all your questions and send you their precious metals investment guide. Get gold you can hold or get real gold in your IRA or 401k today. Call the Oxford Gold Group right now, 833-600-GOLD.
We're there the two sexiest fat men alive. And you can hear on News Radio 1440 beginning at 9 a.m. Depend on it.
Okay, all righty then. Good morning. You know, I think I'm gonna go out today and buy me a new truck. That's right. If I get the payments right, I'm gonna go out today and buy me a new truck. That's what I want. I want a truck. I'm tired of cars. Gonna get a truck. Something I can make some money with. Okay. No sense in looking good and being broke. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Joe. I want to thank. I don't know what happened to Jim Ziegler, but evidently he had to go. So we appreciate him joining us for a few minutes. Basically, at the end of the day, Alabama is set to engage in a 30-year lease with a cost of $3.6 billion over that 30 years. And at the end of that 30 years, they own absolutely, and that's like paying on a house, okay? Paying on a house for 30 years. And at the end of 30 years, they tell you, do you want to re-up? Because you don't get to own the house. I mean, who would buy a house? Who would pay on the house for 30 years, and then at the end of the payment, it's not yours?
Well, that's essentially what's happening with this prison thing. I hope he stops this. It just doesn't make any sense. Good morning. Who's this? Mm, well, go ahead. All right, I appreciate it. The number's here 860-1440. Now here is my question of the morning. Uh, for about over almost 40 something years, there has been an issue with the Whitehurst family. Nobody wanted to. I mean, Donald Watkins went to federal court as opposed to starting at the lower courts and trying to get some uh, rep, some satisfaction for that family for what happened to them. Now, most mayors, from Bobby Bright to Todd Strange to I haven't really got, and probably Emmy Farmer, I haven't got a hold on where Stephen is yet. But they didn't want to. They didn't want to do this because they were afraid that the floodgates would open and thousands of people would come out and say, "Well, there are very few cases like this in the United States." Okay, and on that fateful day in December 1975, when the police shot a man, and a well-known, world-renowned reporter, Myra McPherson, I reached out to her. She worked at that particular time. She was working for the Washington Post, or one of the big-time newspapers up there. And I had her on the air with me one day. When I want to research something, I find out the information, and I found out the information about this. Here's my thing today. Nobody in city administrations up to this point have wanted to give that family something for what we, and I say we as a city did, because I'm part of this whole family down here now too. Um, I think with the city council in the position that it is now, if they wanted to, they could give that family recompense. Okay. Now we know that one side of the fence will say no. We know that. That's fine. But the current situation, as it is at the Montgomery City Council, with a 4-4 split, even if they turn them down, which they probably will, all the mayor would have to do is in 14 days put it back up, and it would pass. So finally, all these years. Now, will he expend the political capital that it is going to cost to do that? And the other thing, and I talked to two mayors of two cities yesterday, and nobody really gave me an answer to the question. And the question is, can the city give money to a private family for what they are due for what happened to that family years and years ago without being sued? And now that's the question that I have been trying to get an answer to. I called two mayor's offices yesterday, actually three, and nobody knows the answer to that. But we know that Bernard Whitehurst was killed in this city for no apparent reason than being at the wrong place at the right time, and everybody knew who he was. This will never go away until this city, okay, this city, you know, ooh, that's right. That is right. Oh, thank you very much there, my good Texas friend there. We did, in fact, I believe the city did, in fact, um, rightfully so, give the Gunn family some consideration. What was done to Bernard Whitehurst is worse than that. So I'm thinking, why can't we give satisfaction to the Whitehurst family? That was a travesty, a tragedy. And there are so many people in this city, so many politicians in this city that got their comeuppance, that started to move up the political ladder during that time, because I assume that they didn't want to say much anything about this, and they did not want to rock the boat. So be it. One well-known politician told me that he did not remember the case. So I'm just saying, there's a possibility that this family, a man was shot down dead in the back in this city. And I think that until they do something for that family, this will never go away. Okay, I'm just saying. So now you have an opportunity at a 4-4 split in city council. But I don't even know if the city council has to approve this. The Gunn family was given a recompense. So why not the Whitehurst family? Why not? All right. Good morning. Who's this? Okay. Well, but I don't think the lawsuit. Well, what? Wait a minute. I want to talk about it though. That's what I'm talking about. It's true. Yes, it is. I talked to 5 councilmen. The mayor. Oh, right. They're not. No. Nobody's required. Wait a minute. Nobody's required to do. Now, can I get this? Can I get? Let me get that. Just be quiet for 1 second here. Nobody's required, like you said, to put anything on the table. And if it, but however, a city councilman can do it. Let me ask you a question. The city of Montgomery. I hate to go here, but I got to go here. The city of Montgomery said, no, I'm with you, and it doesn't have to pass for him to put it back up, because you cannot override. You can. I got it from a reliable source. If the mayor, I'm not wrong. I tell you what. Wait a minute. Hold. Let's make this more interesting though. How about a 12-piece bucket of chicken? If I'm right, okay, because I'm right. If the city council turn right, but if it goes up and the city council says we right, but exactly, but an even vote means that they can't. If the mayor puts it back in 14 days, they can't override it. When you talk, okay. What car design? I'm okay. Maybe I'm not explaining it correctly, but the mayor does have the authority. Okay, all right. I do. I do. Okay, I'm just telling you. What I'm telling you is true. I may not be expressing it correctly. Good morning. Yes. Mm. And it's not gonna go away. I may not be explaining this the correct way, but right, not gonna go away. It didn't go away by the time I got here in '91. It's not gonna go away when I'm dead and gone, or when I'm off the air, whatever the case may be. That family needs to be taken care of. And this, yeah. No. Yeah, I don't care what that man says. You too. It is 8:18 in the morning. I gotta learn how. I gotta say declare this the right way so people get this. Good morning. Yes, Tracy. Good morning. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. They do. They do. And that won't. And that's no compensation. You can't bring your dad back, but at least, yeah, because it ain't going away. Hmm.
They family, so they don't know.
I hear you. And the city can do something if they wanted to. Yeah, they do. And I think right now is a grand opportunity to get that done, one way or the other. Hmm. Yep, because I mean, I was just traumatized when I found out what happened. I'm 18 years old at the time, going in the army on that day, as a matter of fact, and down in Montgomery, the great out Montgomery, Alabama, the police were shooting the guy dead. I don't. I mean, the world's not even apart, but life has a way of coming full circle. Now I'm down in my now yeah, I'm in Montgomery, Alabama, and I think until that thing gets settled, we settle everything else around here. So we need to, yeah, so we need to settle that. Yeah. Okay. We need to settle that. One more call and take a break. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. It's called malpractice, and he, right. The insurance company, I guess, and I guess that's why they have to carry, that outrageous price malpractice insurance. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. I saw something the other day with Congressman Sewell, $129 million. Well, that's what they said. I'm saying, well, hell, they got that kind of money. What do they need to tax the hell out of me for? We don't, but I guess they can give the school money, I guess, through the county. Well, I don't know. Because you're right, the city has nothing to do with the school system. Yes, it was. I don't know how Lawson did, but he was on. Yeah, we were talking about that prison and $3.6 billion bill over 30 years, and at the end of 30 years, the prison system still is not owned by Alabama. They got to re-sign the lease. So right, and they cut his employees by at least six. Mm. Mm. Well, because he shines a light, like you say, shines a light. But I got to tell you, why in the hell will we pay $3.6 billion to lease a prison, and at the end of that 30 years, their prison goes back to the private owners? It's crazy. Well, he's got a lawsuit going in front of Judge Griffin here, I believe, next week, and they're going to try to stop it again. He's what he said. They put a chill over some of the underwriters of this, Regions Bank being one of them, who are thinking about pulling out of this deal because it's a bad deal. It is a bad deal. Yes. No. All right. Appreciate it. We'll be back after this. 860-1440. You got something you want to say? That's fine. That's fine. I did not explain. Look, let me see if I can get one of our city council people and explain what I'm telling you guys. Okay, that way they can tell you from the horse's mouth what I'm telling you is true. The mayor can put it up in 14 days and it automatically passes. Okay, I'm just saying, if in fact they vote the way they normally do. Okay, we'll be back.
Northwest 10 to 15, so slightly breezy, but temperatures around 75 with all sun. That will feel really nice. Tonight, cool again, clear skies. Temperatures in the upper 40s for Saturday. Sunshine, but we'll have some clouds, but still more sun than anything else. Highs in the low 80s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now we're looking pretty good. Still got some slowdown northbound on 85 around Ann Street. You're going to pick it up. Actually, it goes all the way back to ASU and clears up after you get past Perry Hill. There was an accident there, 85 north at Perry Hill, and that's the cause of that problem. 567-9000. That's the number to call MCS to refinance your home mortgage, get cash out, or get pre-approved to buy. MCS in Wetumpka, NMLS 232876. Buckle up for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
For all your collision repairs, Chico's Knows. Located on Atlanta Highway just minutes from the Eastern Bypass. Call Chico's Auto Pros today at 239-9510. Chico's Knows.
Good morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. The cleanup continues in Prattville after Tuesday's tornado, and it's a long road ahead for some. The biggest task ahead, clearing the trees that fell during that storm. One property owner estimates he lost more than 300 trees. Remember, you can stay weather aware by downloading the free WSFA First Alert weather app. Alumni and faculty of Judson College are upset after they found out on social media that the school is closing. The Board of Trustees voted to close the school after the summer semester because of lack of money and low enrollment. And the government is closely monitoring a situation in space. Debris from a Chinese rocket launched last week and is expected to fall back to Earth. The problem is, no one's quite sure where it's going to land. The U.S. Space Command says it is aware of and tracking the location of the rocket in space. The agency said re-entry is expected this Saturday. That's your news for this Friday morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
Montgomery and Prattville. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales. Did you miss me?
I've been wondering, if you miss a payment on a Tesla, does it drive itself back to the bank? So if you hate the car you're driving, is your current payment too much? Do you owe too much on your trade? Come see me and spring into savings. I'm paying up to $4,000 more for all trade-ins. No matter who you bought it from, no matter how much you owe, I'm paying up to $4,000 more for all trade-ins. Better yet, you could buy with just $1 down. $1 down. And if your credit doesn't shine, you're gonna be fine. My perfect payment plan works, and it helps you drive a car you love with the payment you can afford. $4,000 more for your trade-in, a car you love, and drive a car with just $1 down. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Did you miss us? I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these rides at our new website, buybudgetonline.com. That's buybudgetonline.com. Credited $1 down card bank approval.
At Guardian Credit Union, we're creating connections in new ways because connections have a way of inspiring hope, strengthening ourselves and our communities, and creating stronger financial futures. Connections happen within Guardian Credit Union, but more importantly, in how we all treat our neighbors and how we all support our communities. So join us, connect with us, and we'll show you this is where you belong. Guardian Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at BeKindnessRevolution.net.
The voice of the conservative millennial.
The president is going to have to stand fast.
The Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Today at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
You know, I don't know why I almost forgot about this, but I didn't really mean to forget about this. I mean, you know, it's Mother's Day, I guess, because my mother's passed, and I don't really get into Mother's Day very much. You know, I know people say you should get the mother of your child something. No, you should give your child money to get his mother something. Okay, I mean, that's the way I look at this. I've been saying it for 30 years. Listen, it's Mother's Day, not Wife Day, not Girlfriend Day. It's Mother's Day, okay? So if you have a mother, you need to get her something. You need to go take out to dinner, take her to lunch, or something. But somebody sent me a text a minute ago, said that got an interesting thing, said, Happy Mother's Day, especially to those mothers that have raised somebody else's child. And we seem to be in a time in America where grandparents are taking care of their children's children because they don't want to do it anymore. I don't quite understand that one, but and that's our fault. Evidently, we tried to make it too easy for our kids, and now when they got a little responsibility, they don't want to do it. So I don't know what's up with that. But happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. But it's Mother's Day. It ain't Wife Day. Okay? Every year I got to go through this. Good morning. Yes. Yeah.
But it says Happy Mother's Day to all mothers, especially those who have raised other people's child. That could really be something else, because when you raise somebody else's child, sometimes they get so mad they yell, "You ain't my mother. You can't tell me what to do." Yeah,
at that time you need to pack his bags and put him outside and call somebody to come for him. I think people, what you need. Yeah, you can do it too. Well, happy birthday, Miss Avis. Yes, he has, and another year. That's right. All right. Appreciate it. Happy birthday. And happy birthday. Everybody has a birthday in May. Even I got a birthday in May. I got to be honest. Never thought I'd ever see. I haven't seen it yet, but I never even thought I'd see the one I got now. I didn't never thought that. Anyway, good morning to you. But anyway, is there anybody out there that don't really believe that the Whitehurst family should be taken care of? I gotta wait, man. Okay, I know there's a city councilman listening, so I need y'all to give me a call 860-14. I know there's at least one listening because I gotta ask the question. I gotta ask a procedural question to the city council. Now, Marche, I know well, okay, I ain't gonna ask you. Marche, you don't have to go to this one because you ain't been out long enough to know the answer to this particular question. But I expect in a year you to know all these answers. Okay, 860-1440. So if you know a city councilman, Terrence Dawson, you're out there, you former city councilman. If you can be a former city councilman or regular city councilman, I need a city councilman to give us a call. 860-1440. Because I got to ask a question. And only a city councilman would know this. And yeah, you can be an ex-city councilman. Brantley Lyons, I know he ain't got a call because he don't call when I really need him. So anyway, so I'm waiting. I know some of y'all. See, now when I don't want to hear from Dawson, I hear from him. Not now. I can't hear from him because where he at? Okay, where's he at? Okay, I don't know where he is. And he said, listen, I know there's a city councilman out there listening. I know there is, but they won't call up because, well, I know why they won't, but still. I just want to know a procedural issue. That's all. I'm not going to get you involved in politics. I only want to ask a procedural question. Okay, that's it. I won't make you answer any questions about politics or anything like that. But I just want to know the procedure. You know, I tell you guys, I just got approved for another car loan. I keep saying I ain't gonna buy a new car, but I do want a Tahoe. Okay, I'm not okay. I do. I love Tahoes, but if I got one, I'd have to have the because the one I looked at one time cost $98,000. So no doubt my car can't be worth more than my house. Okay, my house is worth more than 98,000, but not very much more. So I'm just saying, I gotta go find me it. But I've been pre-approved already. So now I can walk into somebody's place today and negotiate. Okay. See, they don't have to worry about, hey, we're gonna get them approved, we're gonna get them. No. I'm already good. Okay, I'm good. I just got the letter just now in the email. Said, Mr. Elkins, we got you. We got you covered. So take this on to the bank. And we're gonna take care of it. Okay. I'm just saying. I want a truck. I do want a truck. I do. I want me a truck. But anyway, 860-1440 is the number you want to give us a call. I guess none of our city councilmen want to call me and just answer the question, a procedural question, not a question about law, not a question about what your position is on a particular bill or anything like that. Just a procedural question I have. That's all I want. I just got a question to ask. Okay. So maybe I can take a break. So I'm just saying, where they at? Now, if I was saying something nasty about them, they call me. You can't say that about me. Okay, I'm trying to be nice this morning and just try to get a procedural question answered. Okay. Ooh, that's true. I can do that. Okay. Are they open down there? But see, she'll find out it's me calling, and then she probably won't say nothing because I'm on the air. She can. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll call her when I go on my next break and see what she says. All right. Good morning. Who's this? You've been in the city council. This is your third call, brother. I can't. Yeah, okay. Right, I remember that. Right, I remember that one. Right, and basically the mayor gets to do the same thing. And but I just wanted to hear from those guys. I appreciate it. I just wanted to hear from those guys because the other guy always called me ignorant. I am ignorant about some things, I'm just not ignorant about everything. I mean, you can't do this job all this time and not, not learn a little bit about what goes on down there. I'm just, come on now. Hey, you can, okay, here's a question, my city councilman. You don't have to come on the air. You can text me. What's my text? I'm 294-1298. Okay, you can text me. Okay. Okay. Oh man, there's so many things going on around here now. Now we're talking about, that's right, we're talking about redrawing the lines and all that stuff. Okay, let me take a break. We'll come back. And, here's a quick, and I wrote all this down last night too. I'm discombobulated this one. Is the purpose for redrawing the voting lines or the district lines, is that for us, the citizens, to get fair and equal representation, or is that for the politicians to manipulate the vote? I think I know the answer to that one already. Okay, because if it's about getting fair representation, then I think somebody needs to be sued about this color thing that we do when it comes to voting. Now, Montgomery is 77% black. So it seems like to me, no matter how you draw the line, we're going to get some representation. Okay? However, if you go up Federal Drive, down Windsor, back over to Cigarette Hill, cut across to Pelzer, and come down back to Federal Drive and call that a district, well, that's what we call gerrymandering, okay? But if we look at a topographical map and just make the lines, I think that would be fairer than what we're trying to do now, okay? So anyway, we'll be back right after this message.
On News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. With Indeed Instant Match, you can accelerate the hiring process. Sponsor a job.
Let me see that
A list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Fast hiring, no speeding tickets. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
It's a cool, crisp Friday morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s under clear skies. Low humidity, all sunshine again today. A breeze out of the north and northwest, 10 to 15. So slightly breezy, but temperatures around 75 with all sun. That will feel really nice. Tonight, cool again, clear skies. Temperatures in the upper 40s for Saturday. Sunshine. We'll have some clouds, but still more sun than anything else. Highs in the low 80s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Trouble on 85 northbound all morning long. That started with an accident at Perry Hill Road. That, I believe, has been cleared. There is still backup all the way to ASU. And we now have a second accident on 85 northbound on the ramp to Ann Street. So keep your eyes open if you're heading in that direction. If you're looking for a pickup or SUV, they're at Reinhardt Used Car Supercenter, and you're going to save some money. Hurry before the selection is gone. Reinhardt Used Car Supercenter. Buckle up, front seat and back. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
For all your auto maintenance and repair needs, Chico's knows. Chico's Auto Pros now offers a full-service automotive center. Call Chico's today at 239-9510. Chico's knows. Imagine your family enjoying their brand new outdoor living space this spring and summer. Then call Genesis Renovations and get started now with a free estimate. 334-462-6413. Genesis Renovations can deliver a premier deck, a one-of-a-kind pergola or gazebo, or any type of wood fencing project you have in mind. Comfort, beauty, and satisfaction at the fairest of prices guaranteed. Serving the River Region and Lake Martin. Genesis Renovations. 334-462-6413 and online at gen-corp.org.
Oh man, I have another hangnail. You shouldn't pick at your toes. Daddy says you might cause ingrown toenails. Speaking of Daddy, it's time to remind people how important it is to see a podiatrist. Yeah, Shannon, our dad, Dr. Brian Kelly, treats things like tendonitis and bunions. If a person is diabetic, it's important to have a foot exam by a podiatrist. Call today for an appointment at 265-7585. Happy feet! start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Keeley, and as a podiatrist, it is my job to identify small problems in your feet and help prevent them from becoming big problems. New government regulations allow for an annual diabetic foot exam to cut down on the number of amputations and control the cost of health care. So call me, Dr. Brian Keeley, at 265-7585. That's 265-7585. Locations in Montgomery and Greenville. Follow us on Facebook at Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such
Who's
services.
really running the country? Joe Biden, the First Lady, Kamala Harris, maybe Barack Obama. Already, Kamala Harris is the most powerful vice president in history. All this week, Newsmax's Greg Kelly asked the tough questions about Joe Biden and who's really in charge at the White House. Every night this week, Greg Kelly is on Newsmax giving you the news you need to know. So watch Greg Kelly tonight at 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern and see his series, Who's Really in Charge? Newsmax TV is America's 4th highest rated cable news network. Everyone is talking about Newsmax. Find Newsmax on all major cable systems. If you don't get it, call your cable system. Tell them you want it. Or get Newsmax free on your smart TV. Or tune into Roku, Amazon Fire, Pluto, Sumo, or YouTube. Or just download the free Newsmax TV app on your smartphone and watch us anytime, anywhere. Millions of Americans are watching Newsmax.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-8811. That's 1-800-885-8811. Or go to selectquote.com. That's 1-800-885-8811.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
He is the voice of the conservative millennials.
The president is going to have to stand fast.
The Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay, I ran across an article that sort of puts this in the proper perspective. You know, one of the things about living in Montgomery, Alabama is this. I have predicated my belief systems basically on what is right and what is wrong. Now, I may not always be right, and sometimes I'm wrong, but I do know the difference in those two situations. So we have to be honest with ourselves sometimes about what is wrong and what is right in the city of Montgomery. Now, there's an article that a young man wrote on Facebook that I think pretty much says what needs to be said because of what is right and what is wrong. Anyway, the new balance of power requires grand efforts of action expeditiously from the council and mayor. Remember, Montgomery, Alabama became a strong mayor council entity in 1973 with Legislative Act 618. So let's put it to the test. Since there shouldn't be any council vetoes because of the 4 blacks, 4 Democrats, 4 whites, 4 Republicans currently in the council. If the mayor places the following items on the table, each should pass either by getting 1 white Republican to vote with the black Democrats or pass in the next 14 days after being placed on the agenda again per Act 618. 1, pay the Whitehurst family for the admitted and founded murder of their father in 1975 by Montgomery Police Department. It may not require being placed on the agenda as either an ordinance or a resolution. How? The city budget has a miscellaneous line for such things in it. Review the miscellaneous items listed on September 30th, 2021 in the budget, pages 38 and 39. They determine an agreed amount could possibly be paid from this line item, thus avoiding the opening of a legal precedent floodgate for such incident. Okay, it wouldn't be a legal decision, but a one-time budget line item that can easily be removed next budget, subject to legal consultation before decision. Place the Citizens Police Review Board back on the agenda, expecting the same split, which is what I've said, the vote, council outcome, which this time won't have a veto because of the current number of the members of the city council, 8 instead of 9. It fell last time 5-4, okay, along party and racial lines, okay. Split outcome. It'll come up again in the next 14 days and pass as a result. No veto, okay, with a 4-4 split. 3, increase Black companies' government contract participation rates to the minimum of 50%, and most importantly, prime contract participation, which is basically non-existent. Okay, Blacks are 62 to 65% of the population, but have a 10 to 12% participation in the rates of subprime and not primes. Whites are 33% of the population, but have approximately 90 to 95% of prime contracts and better than 75% in subprime. So if we are to better our condition and position, we're going to have to do things close to how Maynard Jackson did in Atlanta. At least if we don't squander the only opportunity to do so. Demanded from the mayor to place it on the agenda now, and the 4 Black council members to sponsor the ordinance. Okay, no veto power means approval power. Right on. Anyway, hey, it is what it is, and let's just face it. Okay, can I be honest with you folks here on both sides of the aisle? Can I be honest? Let me be honest. I've been here 31 years. I've been here 30 years. We have put a multitude of different people in office claiming they wanted to do something, claiming, giving us this panacea of things to be done, of things to come, and nothing. Now, I just got to be honest here, because, I don't play the race card. As a matter of fact, most of the time I play the race card, I'm on Black folks because I think the whining sometimes just gets on my nerve. But I cannot, in good conscience, look at things the way they are and say that things are different. I think the relationships between Black folks, the poor of us poor folks, between Blacks and whites is good. It's good. But the relationship between the people of influence is not so. And so that is why we have built East Chase. We have built Halcyon. We have built all these great places for people to live, but we have not really built up West Montgomery. We keep hearing about it. We do keep hearing about it's going to happen, but it never has. So I can't look at this. Somebody once said, when you're forced with the truth, when you see the truth, you got 2 choices. You can ignore it, or you can do something about it. And I guess ignoring it is doing something about it. Nothing. Okay. So Montgomery, there has to come a point where we're really going to make a difference, where everybody feels the same. Where everybody feels, I'm not looking for equal outcome, but I am looking for equality and access, and an equality and opportunity for everybody. My 2 boys are Black over here, and I like to know that if they fail, if for some reason they fail in their pursuits in life, they did it because it was up to them and they didn't do what they needed to do, not because the table is tilted to the other side. Okay, I'm just saying, Good morning. Not much. Quickly, I'm running out of time. I got more callers, brother. I'm short. Brother, you could have been saying it by now. Okay. I'm just telling people you gotta be expeditious in your comments right now. Good morning. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. See, that's a quick call. Good morning. We do. Poor folks got one thing in common. They poor. But the fight is not between regular folks. Even you put two black children and two white children in a park, they have fun. The fight's not between regular people. It is between those of power. Exactly. But I'm just saying. But we do. The poor folks get along fine. Do you not have any white friends? Me too. Don't have a problem with that. What are you talking about? The influential people are the ones who are different sometimes with us. Not the regular folks like you and I, white or black. We get along fine. But people with money, like Steve Harvey said one time when he came here. He said, "Listen, rich people don't talk about things poor folks talk about." Okay, so they don't come down to hear us talking. They need to talk. They need to talk to us. Anyway, good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. Again, I think part of that reason is that I understand it takes a collaboration at the city council with other people, but you know what? People got to fight. Again, they have an opportunity right now to change a couple of things if they were to, take some courage. Good morning. They should. They should. Appreciate it. Run out of time. But again, I think the writer of this article, made some great points here. I'm for the police review board, not for the same reason a lot of people are. I'm for because there needs to be a place where regular citizens can talk to people who understand the procedures in policing. Because what we have a hard time understanding as civilians, what is legal may not look right, and what looks right may not be legal. And there's a difference between what is right and what is legal. And therein lies a conflict sometimes between civilians and police. Police can actually lie to you to get you to confess to a crime. Whereas if you lie to the police, that's illegal. but if they lie to you, that's not illegal. Okay, I don't quite get that one, but I understand. I understand the logic and the reason behind it. Okay. Anyway, we can talk a little more about this next week when I got more things. Well, this is good. Take one more call and good morning. Yeah. Well, it's about time you call, man. I've been hollering at you for a minute here. Well, let me ask you a question real quick because I know you like to go long term. If the mayor, if something comes before the city council, right? Like right now, the 4-4 thing. Okay, if you get 4, but you don't get a majority, and it can't the mayor put it back on the agenda and it automatically passes next time because you don't have any way to override it. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking put it on the agenda and it gets the vote up or down. And with the situation we have right now, which is 4-4, if in fact the 4 city councilmen say yay, the other 4 city councilmen say nay, well, if he puts it back on the thing and you still got the support of the 4 city council, it passes, right? You still got to have the 4. But Right, but you only got 8 city councilmen right now. I'm with you. But let's say if they vote the way they traditionally vote, whites versus black, Democrats versus Republican, if they came back before the council and they still had the 4 votes they had, but no way to override it, does it pass after 14 days? Okay. Right. I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about okay. Well, listen, you think about that. Call me Monday because my time is up. Good morning. You got 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So. Yeah, I know. I know. Anyway, my time is up. I'll get a conclusive, absolute answer come by Monday. Okay. All right. See you guys later.
News Radio 1440.
Good morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. The cleanup continues in Prattville after Tuesday's tornado, and it's a long road ahead for some. The biggest task ahead, clearing the trees that fell during that storm. One property owner estimates he lost more than 300 trees. Remember, you can stay weather aware by downloading the free WSFA First Alert weather app. Alumni and faculty at Judson College are upset after they found out on social media that the school is closing. The Board of Trustees voted to close the school after the summer semester because of lack of money and low enrollment. And the government is closely monitoring a situation in space. Debris from a Chinese rocket launched last week and is expected to fall back to Earth. The problem is, no one's quite sure where it's going to land. The U.S.
Please don't build my house.
Is aware of and tracking the location of the rocket in space. Agency said re-entry is expected this Saturday. That's your news for this Friday morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, Montgomery, a Cumulus station. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We have breaking news from Minneapolis. A federal grand jury has indicted 4 former police officers on charges they violated George Floyd's civil rights. Among those ex-officers, Derek Chauvin, who was convicted of murder last month. All 4 are charged with violating Floyd's right to be free from unreasonable seizure and excessive force.